SBACportfolio.com.
With the power of Tandem HR, you are in the fast lane on Main Street with Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs. Now, the champion of networking, the advocate of jobs, the guru of business, your host, Shalom Klein.
Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees all others. That's what Winston Churchill once said. We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information that you won't want to miss. It's a live show. You could call us at 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. Check them out online at tandemhr.com. And this week, we've got a jam-packed lineup. We will be joined by guest Mike Cavanaugh from the SBAC, Chuck Smith from New Hire, and Sally Chaprelis. We've got a jam-packed show. You're also going to hear the Playmakers Spotlight with Dick Smith from Vistage. And I'll be sharing some tips on picking an email provider. You don't want to miss a minute of it. It's another week of Get Down to Business. You can call us at 312-642-5600. Now, first up on the program, we've got Mike Cavanaugh of the SBAC. Mike's a good friend. The organization is a great partner doing some fantastic work. SBAC stands for the Small Business Advocacy Council, and that says it all. That's what they're all about. Mike, welcome to the program.
Yeah, no, thank you, Shalom. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here on this Sunday night, right before our 6th annual golf outing tomorrow.
And we're hoping that the rain outside is finished up because we're going to have a beautiful day tomorrow.
I hope so. You know, I think we're running about the third year in a row that we've gotten some sort of rain on the course. The golf is sold out right now.
Wow.
So if you're listening in right now and you're interested in learning about the outing, we still have some room at the dinner at night. Starts at 6 o'clock. But
and I'll be there. Join me at the SBAC Golf Outing. It's coming up tomorrow. It's in Riverwoods. Tomorrow's Monday, August 10th. You don't want to miss it. Dinner's at what time, Mike?
The dinner starts at 6. It's buffet style at the clubhouse at Ravinia Green. So,
well, the golf outing is an important event. It raises some funds, and it raises certainly a lot of awareness about the important advocacy that the SBAC is doing. So, Mike, let's start from the beginning. I know we've had your colleague Elliot on the program in the past. What does the SBAC do?
It's all about the A in our group. It's the advocacy. We started the group about 6 years ago. We're in our 6th year now. We've got just under 1,200 business owners that are members of the SBAC. And really what we're looking to do is revive the American dream for the small business owner on Main Street. So when you look at the genetic makeup of a community, the small business owner is the one that puts in the 12-hour days, toiling and working to go home and spend some time with the family to get up the next day to start it all over again. And if there's any type of legislative or political motives, it's hard to be heard as one person. So
we're the ones creating the jobs too. So this is really a bipartisan issue.
It is. It's almost to the point where it's nonpartisan for us. The bipartisanship we forego and just look to nonpartisan. Let's find advocates, like yourself. Your group has been an amazing partner to truly find an advocate to help make that one voice two voices, and those two voices become four. And that's how we started as the SBAC. It was Elliot said, "Hey, let's do this," and I said, "Hey, I'll do it with you." And then then we look around and there's 4 people, and then there's 30, and now we have 1,200.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about some of those ways that we're partnering together in just a few minutes. But first, advocacy. This is something we talk about a lot on the program, and I actually was on with Dan and Amy right here on AM 560 the other day talking about organizing, talking about advocacy and how small businesses, we need to do a better job. But Mike, clue us in. What are some of the key initiatives that the SBAC is fighting for? Now, you've had a few successes. Let's start with that.
Yeah, we've had some great success here recently, and it's starting to even cannonball into to some larger efforts. So 2 weeks ago, Governor Rauner signed into law intrastate equity crowdfunding. A lot of people say, well, what's that? Who knows what that is? The importance of what it is a way to access capital for the Main Street businesses. You can raise $1 million without going through the same Regulation A and Regulation D exemptions that the SEC laws make you go through. So
long overdue legislation. Other states, our neighboring states, have done it, and the SBAC led that fight, which is great.
We had a member draft the legislation. We advocated, pushed it down in Springfield, got it through the House, got it through the Senate. The governor signed it last week, and Elliot, Blanca, our staff does just an incredible job of getting the momentum through the different coalitions that they've built. And the one that they're building now deals more with regulation, regulatory influence versus drafting our own legislation. It's something that already exists. Can we help the city of Chicago reform the sign permitting process?
Wait, are you saying that there's regulation and that there's bureaucracy in the city of Chicago? No way.
If it was implied, it wasn't meant to be. And to their credit, we've been lucky enough to just get some great support from
Alderman Michelle Smith. I saw her in some of those photos.
Alderman Smith has been great. The Department of Buildings, Judy's been great. They're really coming to us saying, look, we're willing to work with you guys. Tell us what needs to change. And so we started this coalition called the Signs of Change. And the Signs of Change Coalition is trying to help the different chambers and the constituents they represent a way to navigate that process better. And it's almost like somebody raising their hand and saying, hey, none of this makes any sense. Do you guys agree?
Well, the flow chart that the SBAC has been circulating about the Signs of Change is actually hysterical. It's actually unbelievable until you actually think about it and realize this is actually how small businesses need to operate. If you want to get a sign up, how many steps you need to go through, and it's long overdue. And this is going to make a huge impact for small businesses as businesses face a number of other regulations. Let's make it easier to get started in business, to stay in business, to do well in business, to make money, and to hire people.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's almost like it is hysterical to look at that flow chart until you're the one that applies for that sign and you find out putting a plaque on the side of your door is over the public way and you have to get full approval from the entire city council, where we're just looking for exceptions, de minimis, that says, look, a sign that's technically hanging over the public way but isn't. Maybe we could expedite that.
So a lot of it has to do with folks in public office, elected officials, and the officials that are regulating that they need partners in the business community to help guide them and tell them what is it really like to run a business, because many of them haven't, and that's okay. They're passing public policy, but they have to be willing to listen. And the SBAC sure as heck is making people listen, aren't you?
Absolutely. And, it's not just us. We champion that effort of bringing all the people in the room and saying, it's not just us. Listen to all of us. We're all saying we have an issue with this. We all are here to help, to work on a solution. Everything else doesn't matter.
Well, partnerships. Let's talk about that for a moment. So Jewish B2B networking, which I talk about a lot on this program, we've partnered with the SBAC now for 4 years. I can't believe it. On an event called the Business Event. And it's been a lot of fun, Mike, hasn't it? 5,000 people?
Yeah, we're shooting for 5,000 this year.
That's exciting.
It is. We've got some great people stepping up. We've already gotten some sponsors. Kensington has stepped in. Presence Health, we've got keynote speakers coming in from Present. Very excited that we're getting a lot of the coalition members on our advocacy issues.
Well, MCHC is their partnership is going to be huge.
Was going to mention them next. Absolutely. And for those that don't know, MCHC, it's the Metropolitan Chicago Healthcare Council. And they represent over 140 different hospitals. They are the association throughout the Chicagoland area. And
our listeners will be hearing a lot more about the business event, which will this year be focusing quite a bit on healthcare with the partnership of the MCHC and Presence and many of the other major healthcare groups. So keep checking that out. The date for that, Mike, is when?
It is Tuesday, November 10th. Mark your calendar. It is free to the public. So if you're an attendee, you can come.
And bigger and better than ever. Our venue is now confirmed, I believe.
Yes, confirmed. We put the check down as the deposit. It's Drury Lane in Oak Brook. So
I'm excited to partner. It's right around the corner, Tuesday, November 10th at Drury Lane. Partnering Jewish B2B Networking, the SBAC, MCHC. It's going to be huge. There's going to be education. There's going to be vendor opportunities, and those will be available. Mike, actually, we're running out of time. I want to make sure people can get a hold of you to talk about the business event, perhaps even stop by at the golf outing dinner tomorrow. Mike, how can people get a hold of the SBAC to learn more?
Yeah, they can call me directly at 312-548-8608. Otherwise, it's www.sbacil.org. And my email address is mike@sbacil.org.
Well, save the date for the business event. Thanks to the SBAC for all that you're doing. Coming up, we're going to check in with Executive Business Coach and Vistage Chair, Dick Smith. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Get Down to Business.